big poo. I did a big poo.
No. You know, I'd like to make a formal apology immediately right off the bat. Hello and welcome to Wicked Game. My name is Lydia and I am going to be your DM. And here our fuck.
So the bones.
Tom did a poo. Let's start from the top. Let me introduce you to our players. We have Tom, who plays a paladin called Goliath.
Pooladin.
We also have Michelle, who plays a wizard called Agatha. We have Nikki, who plays a cleric called Sunny. And we also have the unparalleled Wayne, guesting from Some Other Heroes, playing the warlock Koji.
Yo, if that is his real name.
If that is his real name, which we already know it is not. If you are new here, hello. Hello.
I'm so sorry.
Welcome. We're going to play a few hours of D&D.
Hours?
You only scheduled in 25 minutes.
Yeah, I've got places to be.
But first we've got about a minute's worth of announcements. So thank you for dropping by. I hope that you enjoy it. We hope that you enjoy it. If you're not new here, welcome back, you little rascals. Glad to have you back. Wherever you're watching from, Twitch VOD, YouTube, wherever. We appreciate you no matter where you're from. My God.
That felt weirdly loaded, Lydia.
We appreciate you despite where you're from.
By where you've come from.
Jesus. But Brexit does mean Brexit, so...
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
And you're angry at me for doing a poo bit.
I know.
Oh,
I feel like
Christ.
I tanked the intro just to
We get out of our system.
It is what it is. It's setting exactly the right tone. Ultimately, if I came in all slick, it would be only downhill.
And no one would believe it's you.
No one would. I'd be unrecognizable. It's absolutely true. If you are a mod, you are the wind beneath our wings. Thank you for everything that you do, keeping this on rails somehow, because we are unshepherdable.
That was so much. Just...
If you're a mod.
It's been brought to my attention that this is the 1-year anniversary of this campaign, the Divisia Sensus. Our little chaps, our little students at our arcane university have been doing their very fucking best for a year. Not a year in campaign, because that would make them second years, and they're still not that.
Yeah. It's only day 4.
It was like that for a little while, wasn't it? It was like that. It was. It's term 2. But we'll get onto the recap in a little bit. If you follow Some Other Heroes, you will have already heard the announcement that they have I don't know why, like I'm pretending I'm not in this thing that I've actually announced. They have a very exciting short campaign featuring Michelle and myself, and it's called Skiers Sweethearts. And you'll find, along with us, you're going to also find the searingly quick-witted and talented and gorgeous Alicia from Dice and the Slice. It is just a great story from Chris in his incredible world, and it's going to be premiering on YouTube tomorrow. So
Hated that.
I'm really surprised that my way of speaking still grates so much, because I come in thick and fast with my awful abbreviations all the time. So if you're watching this in the future, then go and take a look if that seems like something that you might want to watch. If you're watching really any time before the evening of the 16th of March 2023, then come along for the premiere, because you'll find some people in chat. Certainly Chris, I'm not quite sure who will be there, but some of us will be in chat to chat to you about it. Wayne, why don't you absolutely take the helm and talk about Some Other Heroes stuff? for me, please?
Sure. Well, we're back on this coming Sunday with our regular scheduled episode of the main storyline for Some of the Heroes. So that's at 3 p.m. GMT over on our Twitch channel, and then it'll be replayed next week on our YouTube, as will more episodes of the Fantastic Skiers Sweethearts.
Brilliant. So, unless Tom is signing, you were saying, I was.
So you're saying GMT.
3 p.m. GMT.
Those of you in America, you did a time jump, so fucking watch out.
Use an app.
Yeah, fucking who knows? Who knows? Why are you
Google
here?
it.
I have clients in literally in 5 different time zones. I have, honestly, without
And that's
an
just
app, I
one
wouldn't
client.
know. Yeah.
He lives on an airship and just
They move
circles.
really fast, honestly. That's what happens when you're wanted by Interpol.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm very interested in this person.
it's not their real name.
This person. It's really funny.
Oh.
That was really good. Oh shit.
Previously on the Divisia Sensus.
Go on, sum that up in 1 minute.
I know, right?
I was just thinking that's a lot to get through previously.
Our Arcane University students have travelled to a land called the Amer Edifos, this cursed place scarred by a terrible bloody war that left the land corrupted and filled with terrible monsters and portals to bad places. While battling their way through the land, looking for the lost temple / clinic of Sunny's patron saint, Kimber, one of their own, Nevma, a Damphir, was kidnapped by her shitty father. It was discovered that their guide, named Koji, had a kind of strange, mysterious connection to Nevma and her life before she left her father in the Shadowfell. So the gang all pursued Nevma's kidnappers, and a fierce chase, battles, and then the final showdown happened to save Nevma before she was taken to the Shadowfell, where there's like time warps and stuff, so it would be bad.
And stuff.
It would be bad.
It would be bad. In the midst of, wait, what am I talking about? Using a combination of incredible stealth tactics, some clutch uses of items, and the players just having pure power and rage, they won the day, saving their friend and slaying the vampire Lord Dalvasaur. At what cost? Nikki,
What?
roll the thing.
Nunchucks, bringing it back.
In the heart of Maridia, looking over the glittering city of Solaraire, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigours of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Apissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you.
Ooh, Tom disappeared. There he is. Jeez.
Are we on?
Yeah, of course we are. The thing ended.
That was bad timing on my part. I apologise.
Not at all. It's nothing someone in charge of a stream loves more than watching somebody disappear 10 seconds before the trailer ends.
Fucking run off.
Incredible. So, still exhausted, still panting from the exertion of your sprint across the corrupted plains and this incredibly brutal fight, Agatha, you have started to cast Tiny Hut, haven't you?
Mhm.
What is everybody else doing? Yes.
My question is twofold, and I don't think I can justifiably ask the second question unless the first question is the right answer. It's like a choose your own adventure game.
To test you.
The first question is, can I roll a medicine check on Agatha while she's casting this spell? Because she's all like pale shit, right?
I mean, it won't be as effective as if you wait until after she's cast it, because she's moving and she's concentrating and you can't like put your fingers in her mouth or whatever.
I mean, you can, but it'd be a bit annoying, to be honest.
So there's a chance that you won't quite get everything.
Okay. Dealing with the stuff that happened, and I just want to understand what Sunny knows about. You okay?
There's a dog growling right outside my window, and I'm actually quite scared because it's really loud, like it would be a bigger than a normal dog. No, it's a plane. It's a plane.
I mean, to be fair, you're right. Bigger than a normal dog.
That is bigger than a normal dog.
Really. I mean, that's my deaf side, but that was really a frightening sound, guys. I'm not mad. I'm really scared.
Oh, Lydia.
It's because you've got brittle bones.
Oh my god, I'm sorry for the chaotic energy I breathe today. I don't mean to. Oh my god, okay. This is so serious. This is really serious. Okay, continue.
Okay. I'm gonna verbalize some logic, and I don't like to kind of meta talk too much, but everything that happened at school with the werebadgeritis.
Yeah.
There's a lycanthropy / the Latin name for a badger portmanteau in there somewhere. Did we as clerics cover, lycanthropy and associated curses? Has vampirism ever come up? Like, I don't want to lead it too much, but I've done an amount of studying in a school that got attacked by werebadgers. Maybe
and if anyone
it's come
would be
up.
studying it, it would be a cleric or a paladin. So I will definitely allow for a history check.
History? Okay. I thought you were going to say religion.
Intelligence. Yeah. I mean, it could end up being a combination of a medicine check and a history check, but we've got to do history first to see.
Well, my history is 18.
Okay. I think with an 18, you don't feel like an expert, but you do remember clearly, because obviously if it came up in class, you're like, my girlfriend's a little bit vampire.
Damphir.
Yeah, Damphir is a little bit vampire.
Yeah, no, I was agreeing with you. It's fine.
So okay, so off the back of that, I think that you would definitely know that that fighting and being bitten by a vampire, certainly being killed by a vampire, leads to the possibility of becoming a vampire yourself.
That would be something I would think Koji would be highly aware of as well. So
Koji, you are different.
Built different.
it's been said.
You have the
What
full
gave it away? The
platter
glowing,
of
or-
information for sure.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if we're inside and we do want to do a check or whatever, I would ask to kind of either help or something,
Yeah.
because it's definitely something that I would be very hyper aware of.
So I don't think I'm interacting with Agatha just yet. I think I'm just trying to record. I'm trying to place Sunny in this situation effectively, because the other thing is, canonically, Sunny helped dealing with all of the turned.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I can tell you this right now because this is definitely something that would fall under that 18. Is that vampirism and lycanthropy could not be more different.
They could be a little bit. One could be a cake, but I get what you mean. But this is what I'm asking. Like, has there been like any, like, are there transferable skills in the fields, that sort of thing? Like did we gloss over it? We're like, well, considering all of your students are getting bit and turned, let's talk about something else that bites and turns you. Like, you get?
It's okay. Let me
You can
let me
say
lay,
no.
let me no. I'm gonna lay out for you some of the basics that you understand. Lycanthropy is a curse. It is a curse, and different, especially I think learning that you would have had afterwards, different. Okay, just bear with me one moment, because I realize how incredibly important this is. So I'm just go with me for a second. Lycanthropy isn't one suit fits all, kind of like it happened, it's spread everywhere, and now it's all the same. Each clan is different, just like there are different animals and there are different, like, it's like different variants of a virus, right? So that is why sometimes you could come across a werewolf and you could use a fairly easy spell to remove it. But this one, the fucking Morals clan, you couldn't do that. You needed to, everyone needed to go off and do that special thing, right? So to help people out and essentially poison it out of your body. The thing with becoming a vampire is it is not a curse. It is changing every single part of your body into something that is permanently a new version of yourself.
Right.
It is more like when you've heard stories of people being reincarnated than having any kind of...
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, I think that's about as helpful as I can be, and it's appropriate for a role of an 18. I'm going to also bring up for Jen, while he's processing that, which he's clearly processing, you finished that fight in the crevasse right next to the portal. And I think Nevma stayed. She spoke to you guys a little bit. There was the hugging of everybody, thanking everybody. And while Agatha has started casting, she's sat down near the body of her father and is just kind of like looking at him. And Agatha, where are you casting? Are you casting within the crevasse? Or are you going up onto the regular land bit?
I think Agatha would have gone up and I
think at the end of the last episode we said we'd move away.
Yeah, so I think because there was like on that map when we first came in, I remember there being like a bit of a ridge that Hiraeth like ran under. So Agatha will probably like have mentioned like I'm gonna go and just been like I'm gonna start like casting. Like we're all looking so shit, so I think she's just like you know when you just really want to go to bed and you're just doing everything you can to get to bed. So she's starting working through those motions because it's going to take her 10 minutes.
Okay. And Hiraeth, you are, I'm not quite sure where you are, but you have Winwan is
Yeah.
ever nearby, just sort of keeping close to you by holding on to a little like lock of your hair.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I sort of like pop up with Agatha, not like nearby, but just sort of keeping an eye out on the horizon to make sure that there's nothing sort of like
roll perception check.
too terrifying coming our way. That wasn't great. What is my perception? +5. That's a 13.
There are things moving nearby. About 250 feet away, something moves.
Cool.
It just a lot of noise just happened.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
drawn attention, but I think it's a bit of a push. But I will say that the thing, you don't get a good sense of the outline, but the
Yeah.
thing isn't necessarily coming towards you with any great purpose. It's been drawn to this area now that it's quieter.
Gotcha.
You're riding on the edge of being perceived by it.
Okay. Sorry, just bear with me 2 seconds.
Koji, what are you doing?
I would probably, the first thing I would do is just sort of reach down and put a hand on Nevma's shoulder and just say, "You are okay?"
Yeah, I'm safe. Are you?
I think so. This is like something that was hanging over me for years is gone, but is also like, I don't know what to do with that information. It will be good. Yes, we'll be good. I go help your friend. And if Sunny hasn't seen Nevma,
Sunny's staying down.
Yeah, I would
Nevma.
just kind of, put a hand on his shoulder and just point at Nevma, who's sat down next to the body, and then I will walk up and go and join Agatha.
She stays kind of staring at this at this point fairly mutilated body.
I'm just gonna sit with her. Just gotta be there.
He never thought of me as a living thing. When he had me locked up all those years, I was just a tool to manipulate my mom. And then I was the reason why she hated him. He underestimated me when he grabbed me. And I killed some of his men. And he looked at me then like I was an animal. Like I was one of his wolves that had gone mad. Chained me up. It's worse. That's worse than being in that stone room in his house. The mask, the manacles.
You're not an animal.
I knew without a shadow of a doubt that you guys were going to come for me. And when I overheard them talking about Maxim, I just knew that we had to get justice.
No, like, totally. Like, look, Nevs. Like, you know, he might have been the first person to underestimate you, you know, but he's like probably not going to be the last, you know. And it's not because you look a certain way or you are a certain way or you sound a certain way or something. It's because you're incredible. And not everyone's going to know that straight away. And like, doing this doesn't make you an animal. It doesn't make him right or any of that shit. Like, You're not an object, you're not an animal, you're not something to be tamed or used, you're not a tool. You're Nevma, you're your own person. Like, we're all born in the situations we're born in, you know, some luckier than others. But fundamentally, you make yourself. And this person today who survived, and this person today who, you know, took down her evil bastard of a dad, you made Nevma. You made yourself. You made you the person you are today, and no one can ever take that away from you. People can help, people can try and take you down, but they will never be the architect of the person you become. That's only you.
Takes hold of your like hand and like holds it to her chest. You know, when I was like on top of him with my knife in his neck, he looked at me. There was a smile there, like he had still won somehow because he'd made me that animal, that wild monster. But I'm not a monster.
No.
And actually, neither was he, because he chose every one of his evil actions, you know? Like, he's not like one of those pumpkins, like mindless and just wanting to suckle all the time. He used his clever mind to trick people into wasting their whole lives, like worshipping him and manipulating people into loving him. He wasn't a monster, he was a narcissist, and he was a cruel, unfeeling man, and I'm never going to be like him. I'm not him.
No, you're not. You're not.
I'm not a Dalvasaur. I'm a kiss.
You're not. You're not him. You know, you're not anything that anyone wants you to be. And you're right. He's not an animal. Like, he's not mindless. He can't be forgiven because he didn't know what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he got what was coming to him. And he didn't make you do that, because it could have been you, right? But it just could have easily have been Koji, or it could just have easily been Hariath, could just have easily been Agatha, and I'm sure as shit it could have just as easily have been me. It could have been anyone that turned on him, right? Because people ultimately get what coming to them, right? You've done so much good. You've done so much good just in our time at school together, you know?
Kind of like, just fuck around and find out.
Exactly. He fucked around, and he's I would say he found out, but he thought he maybe was winning, and then he's dead. Again, I think.
I miss my mom.
We can go see her when we get back.
Yeah.
You know, we can, you know, once we get a bit of break, we can go to the capital and go see your ma. You know,
Yeah.
Agda's never seen the capital, and Hariath went once, but he's being really cagey about his visit, so I don't know what went down. But like, we could go see your mum, and you could tell her.
Maybe we can go and take Maxim to see Mama.
Is he your brother, or is he like just?
No. I mean, I'd be honored, but like, he's not my brother. He was, oh, well, actually, it's not really for me to say, but he's not related to me by blood. But I'm
Okay. No, it's fine. Like, also, like, brothers and sisters and siblings of all sorts, they don't have to be blood, you know, like.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, yeah, we can if Koji wants to come, he can come too.
Yeah.
Or like, or maybe even, you know, once we get out, and like, if you just want a bit of time to, you know, heal as a group, you know, we don't have to be there for that. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you guys want to go to the capital, you know, spend a week with your mum and just sort of, you know, let Koji kind of, you know, get used to what life is like after this, and, you know, you guys can spend a bit of time. Like, I don't need to be a part of that specific journey. If
it's always better when you're there, though, isn't it?
maybe,
Like,
but like,
come on,
you
don't
know,
be
like,
coy about it. Everything's better when you're around.
I've got certain lived experience, which, you know, it's all, you know, real and good, but sometimes you've just got to, like, you know, sometimes you just got to wade through the shit a bit, you know.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm just saying, I wouldn't be offended if you didn't want me there and you just wanted to make it for those that have like gone through that together.
Well, let's fucking
you don't have to
do
make
the
a
rest
decision
of what
now.
we need to do. Yeah, here, and then let's
Yeah.
work out how.
And look, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing else. But I'm just saying, you know, Kimber, she's on board with you being the person that you choose to be, right? I'm not saying you have to worship her. I know you got your own stuff going on. But what I'm saying is, you know, we're like simpatico, you know? It's all good, you know? Like, our journeys, they're like parallel.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Anyway, should we like strip all these fucking bodies for everything that's worth anything?
I absolutely. And while we've been stood at the side here, looking over at the crevasse, I had a thought.
Yeah.
You know how we were sort of like verging on being a bit lost, even though Koji was being pretty cool about it?
Right.
You know how Koji was like, you know, it always shifts and stuff like that, but major landmarks stay the same?
Right, yeah.
What about this great big fuck off crevasse? Do you reckon that's on the maps?
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
Because I'm going to be honest, we weren't keeping track of where we was going when we came to find you.
No, and I appreciate that, because if you'd literally done anything different, I would have been.
I think Sunny just looks up at the portal that's like fucking
It's like whirling dark.
45 foot away from us.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit like, it's pretty close.
Yeah, and like literally any kind of Shadowfell nonsense can come through there at any fucking time.
We should probably move away from it. But I will also say this, I know it feels like we were pretty close. In maths and like gambling and stuff, this stuff's absolute. It didn't happen, so it just didn't. Like, it's not like you were like a bit there. You don't nearly win. You either win or you lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you won.
Yeah.
There's no nearly about it. You did it.
Yeah. God, I really don't ever want to be trapped anywhere ever again. Yeah. And not even really loving the idea of going in the dome, but it always, like, you know, smells a bit like honey in there. So
we can share. I'm sure Agatha would be okay if we shared a tent tonight. If you wanted to.
Maybe we just don't even put the tents up.
Yeah, we just all just sort of lay. Yeah, no, I'm on board with that. Absolutely okay with that.
Okay.
Because we can run out of the dome whenever we have to. We're not trapped in the dome, but we won't put the tents up. We'll just sort of like camp on the floor.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want to maybe get Koji and throw your dad off the edge?
But back through the portal?
No, I mean off the edge of the crevasse.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always want to mangle the body a bit more, but it's only 10 feet, so it's really just for show.
No,
It's
you're
just
right.
for the feels, it's for the vibes.
Yeah, but 10 foot with a limp body is going to make a satisfying noise.
Yeah. And if it's head first, you know, there'll be a crunchy kind of thing going on. Okay, with that, what's Agatha, you have popped the dome up.
Yeah.
Harath, were you doing something before all of that started?
I think. Sorry, I was just looking at the pixie sheet. I think I say to Win Wan whilst Win Wan is still here.
Whilst Win Wan is still here.
Just kind of like I'm looking around, hair blowing in the wind. I've got to live vicariously through my characters, and I just sort of say, if anything gets too close, can you help us out a little bit? Would that be okay?
God, like what kind? There's more of this stuff.
Just, I will tell you where. Just if you could just make it more difficult for them to get through, if there is anything around us.
From just all angles.
As many as you can get.
Okay. Like flutters off, little butterfly, like indigo purple.
Sonny just got Windman.
No! And yeah, I think I wait for Winwan to get back if there's still time, and just say I'm really sorry. I'm so bunged up today. All of my N's are D's, but I say thank you for helping today. I know technically you were forced to, and I apologize about that. But means a lot.
I gotta do it to make amends.
Okay. Your your
I'm glad
accent's
to make
changed slightly.
amends. What?
Your accent's changed slightly. Are you okay?
No, it has not.
I think I sort of look over and say, well, I hope that in my care, I won't be making you do anything that doesn't that goes above and beyond the penalty for whatever crime you committed.
Thank you. Can I ask one question?
Of course.
What cycle is it?
Oh, okay, so when I left, it was, and I tell them the cycle.
For your information, it was 6032.
Thank you.
Um,
But that was a while ago. I don't know exactly how long has gone. But when were you imprisoned?
4589.
Ah. I am sorry.
I think I just might have sat in someone's pocket for a long time.
Yeah. Look. Look, before I say this, is it rude to ask what your crime was?
Well, no, it's not, but I did do a terrible thing, and I don't want you to hate me because you're very handsome, and I wouldn't like it if you were cross with me.
Believe me, I've forgiven some fairly heinous people.
Okay, well, it was for love. I fell in love with somebody and they conned me, and I'm not going to tell the story very well because I can hear the marble calling me a little bit, but I fell in love with a fae called Sid, who said that they loved me back, and that they would change me into being fae as well, and we could be in love for all of time. But the one thing that we had to do was go and petition Lord Silos Lakaphos of the Dust Court for his ancestral lands back. And in order to do that, I needed to use my special invisibility skills to put a little thread around his finger, which would... It wasn't my thread, it was his. He said, put this around his finger. It will help in the negotiations. And when I did it, I got caught. And then Sid pretended that he didn't know me at all and that he'd never met me. And so I was arrested for trying to magically influence the Lord of the Dust Court, which of course I did do. I should have known better. It was really a bad thing to do.
Well, thank you for telling me. Can I insight check, please? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Tom, do you know what that meant? The whole string around a finger thing.
No.
Cool. Right.
18.
Winwan's really ashamed
Cool.
of this story and is kind of cutting corners of the story, but there's like a little brimming around the eyes, a little bit tearful telling the story. Winwan was definitely conned into doing something extremely
Yeah.
stupid, and it cost him everything.
And just sorry if this is super boring for anyone, but I find it super interesting.
That's the important thing.
Just like for historical value for Horiath. Does Horiath know anything about this? Has Horiath, are there stories told of the great deception of the the
Roll
Dust
history.
Court? That was good. 17 on the dice. 17.
So what you would know is that it has been an extremely long time since Lord Silas Lycophos has been the Lord.
Yeah.
It is currently his son. So it's been a long time, and this is not something that you know about,
Right.
but it is one of the highest crimes that you can do, is to try and magically influence, because you petition lords all the time
Yeah.
for various different things, leniency with tithing and all of that kind of stuff, and the thought that somebody might try and magically charm or influence a lord is pretty treasonous.
Right. Tell me if this is wrong in any way, shape, or form. But I honestly, I think Horiath's kind of main bane. God, Horiath's like sort of main kind of like interest in this is the sort of twisting of fates kind of thing. You know, only weeks ago, I found out that I might have some kind of lineage to the Dust Court myself, and now it just so happens that this pixie is kind of has found his way into my hands. I think I say this is I can tell that you are sorry. I know that the nature of our laws are fairly punitive, and I'm sorry that you've lost this time. Are you happy for me to call on you again? I wouldn't want to force you.
Oh, of course, you must.
Okay,
You must.
okay. Well, maybe next time we can talk some more, and I promise it won't be as long next time, okay?
Okay, I mean, time's kind of weird in there, obviously, because I'm still alive after a long time. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's like sucked into this tiny little marble again.
And I just spend the rest of the time just until the dome is formed, just kind of keeping a watch out for anything coming anywhere close.
Roll perception, or you're also. I mean, you can go and blow your nose if you want to as well. You're not trapped in that
Thank
chair.
you. I've rolled, and you can tell everyone else, and Horiath will tell you if anything comes close, and will defend if need be. But that was a 16 on the dice. Sorry. So 21.
Okay.
Thank you.
For God's sake, mute.
He's got to do one of those famous poos.
Not content.
Oh, please mute. Please mute.
Yeah, you guys kind of see Horiath looking out from that little area, like keeping an eye on things that are moving, seeing if they get like closer or further away.
I mean, yeah, I think Sunny and Neville are just going to head towards where like the circle is being formed, and kind of Neville wanted to go through people's pockets, and I think Sunny will do that with her.
Agatha, this is also in your wheelhouse now as well. Why don't we all like kind of go through pockets? And I mean, you found that hidden treasure that time, so let's do this.
Let's do it.
Are you
Um,
okay, Agatha? You said like not even one word.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm all right. I just I'm still running on adrenaline, and I was like, I'm really scared, and I feel like we all kind of got
She got the fever. Is she hot?
Do
Is she
you?
running?
How does she feel?
Um, she feels very cool. She's a cool girl.
Cool.
Right.
Um,
Do you want to maybe sit down a second because you're unusually cold considering you've just been doing lots of activity?
it's just adrenaline, right? Like,
Right.
can we just loop and then get in the
Why don't Koji and Never loot? And
Why can't I loot?
because you're really cold, and that's actually not what adrenaline does. That's
Alright,
sort of
are
like
you-
the opposite of what adrenaline
You know
does.
You know what, Agatha's quite good. Agatha, why don't you go and sit on that rock and tell us, point at places where we can look at stuff, like order us.
And while you do
All right,
that,
okay.
I'm gonna look at your pupils and stuff.
What? Look, I feel like shit, but we all look like shit. No offense, anyone, but like.
I mean, I actually look okay. I was an elephant for most of
Yeah,
that.
you were like a big old.
You were a fucking elephant?
Yeah, I was always a mammoth, so it's a bit airier. But like,
It was
yeah,
like orange.
What did it feel like?
it was like being in slow motions. Like it was
Oh,
like
I wish I'd seen that. Like,
it was. Yeah, I had to stop being a mammoth so that I could come and take that like mask and stuff off you.
yeah,
But
thank
like,
you for that.
no, it's okay. Like, you know. But yeah, I was the elephant. You missed it. Like when we were all invisibles, right, and like sneaking up and stuff. And then I ran up and I threw an axe in your dad's head, or like hit him in the back.
Was he so fucking surprised?
He was, because then immediately afterwards I got turned into a mammoth. So like, imagine you turn around, there's a little orange fella in the distance throwing an axe at you, and then all
And then
of a
he's
sudden
just
he's a
like
mammoth.
big fucking.
Like, whoa!
What a day.
Yeah, it's pretty mad. I'm gonna medicine check Agatha while she's peeping.
Can I do an investigation from afar?
I tell you what you can do is you can give Koji advantage.
Cool, I'll do that.
Cool. Investigation, yes? Mm-hmm. I think when they're talking about what, like when Agatha says that about looking like shit, I think from sort of further away as he's rifling through stuff, Koji just goes, I know I look like shit. I am fully aware. Okay. Investigation. It's a 16.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, with advantage, wait.
Advantage, yeah.
No, 16.
Pocket, check the pocket. Oh, never mind.
Let's do that and then circle back to that medicine check. Okay. You get. There's lots of like fine clothes, essentially. Lots of platinum brooches. Like, you get 4 good platinum brooches with the emblem of Dalvasaur on them. And he was wearing, it is a little bit on the stabbed side, but it's very mendable. No, I'm not saying what it is because you haven't done that, but he has a nice armor.
Well, that's a plus.
Hey.
There's a plus. And his cloak
mesh
looks
vest.
pretty cool as well.
The long, deep chest V
Yeah.
and a medallion.
There's a bag of gems.
You got this, Michelle.
Yeah, I'm running.
Nevma is like fiddling with the manacles that were on her and the iron mask that she was wearing. You also managed to find 1,392 gold pieces, 3 platinum pieces. The horses, the
Nice.
spectral horses have gone, but there's a cart, obviously.
But the ghost of the spectral horses still hate Arrive.
Totally. They will literally be his nightmares.
And there's a little like wooden crate of bottles, 6 of which have red liquid in them, and 6 of which have clear liquid in them.
Blood and pus.
You find 4 very ornate daggers and another cloak that looks really interesting. That's what you've got.
Koji would like to walk over to the remains of Dalvazor, and Koji will take his boots off and put them on, because his are a little worn.
Yeah.
I like that.
Love it.
Love
Those Cuban heels are going to be fucking sick in the
Fucking,
sand.
that'd be definitely.
Girl, they're gonna be a bitch in the sand, but I will look fierce.
He's got Cuban heels and like push-up insoles.
Yeah.
And, like he's a short king but can't admit it.
He's
So he's got
7.5 foot, but every inch counts.
to a vampire lord, he's a short king because he's actually only 6'9". But
Without his heels, he's actually not 7'2". Yeah, and anything else that Koji finds will just hand to Agatha and to Nivma.
Cool.
I'll put it in the pile of like, let's identify this when we're resting.
Yeah. Nedma kind of like looks over it and she picks up some of those brooches and is like, I mean, we can melt them down. Give the platinum to people at school who are like doing enchantment stuff of the forge or something like that. Maybe get a bit of money for it, or like get in good favor with the people who make shit at school.
That's a real good idea.
Sounds
or we
great.
could melt them down and make them brooches for ourselves, like.
Yeah, like little earrings and hair clips and stuff.
Are you talking about the gang again?
I'm just saying, if we're in a gang, we could have
So he's just
matching
like,
things. I'm just saying.
we're not starting a gang.
What was your medicine check?
26. I've medicined. Call me Boots.
You're a pharmacy.
She looks. First of all, some of her injuries, like her neck, has not healed. It's shredded. And it's shredded to the point where you can kind of see veinage. And she also seems to have lost a great deal of, like, I don't really know how else to put it other than vitality. Like, she doesn't look like the very competent wizard that you've got to know. She looks like somebody who could get like pushed over by a breeze.
Do you feel okay? Max? Because you've been tired before, right? You remember what tired feels like. Does this feel the same?
No, this feels like worse. This.
Because do you remember that time where you basically were awake for 3 days straight, and you're saying this feels worse than that?
Yeah, there was less like bloodshed with that.
True. I'm gonna cast Healing Word. And give her 8 hit points.
Does nothing.
It does nothing.
Just bounces right off.
Oh yeah, because you're fucking.
ragged.
I'll just remind you, like.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
We've all had our hit point backs reduced.
Not all of us.
All right, Sally had.
All right.
I was an elephant.
Yeah, you are.
I mean,
I can like bandage myself up.
no.
I just really wanna sleep.
If you get some rest, and like we'll sort you out and stuff. But like,
Yeah.
I'm
Make some,
worried
like,
that you're
good
not just
food
tired.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll get some rest. We'll have someone to look out on the outside and someone to look in the inside as well. It's
Well, I know. I think if we
You
all
can
just
see
stay
through.
in, we won't draw attention to ourselves.
No, I mean, we
Oh,
yeah.
I'm with. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think I should maybe take the first watch because I think I'm the most sprightly.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
I don't think Agatha should probably not take a. Sorry to just be really blunt with this. Do you prefer Koji or the other name that people were using?
Yeah.
I think for now Koji is fine.
Okay. I think we're all gonna get some rest, but Koji, I'm very glad we met you, and I know it's been a difficult road, but I'm very glad you are the person you are today, because we were able to do a lot of good with your help. I appreciate you. I think we should all get some rest.
Thank you. That is very nice. But yes, we must definitely rest. I do not need to sleep so much like the rest of you, so I do need to rest, but I can at least watch also and keep a lookout.
I'll take because so you can do your like ritual and like bandage yourself up. I'll take the first watch, and then you can kind of do like a restful watch after that. Does that sound good?
That is good.
I'm happy to take third.
Lydia, would Koji have any idea? I mean, knowing his intense interest and sort of history, would he have any idea of what specifically to look for with Agatha?
He'd have an idea. If you wanted to roll a medicine check, you'll get you. Here's the thing. Unless you're getting real up in her face, like Sunny was, it'll be harder. But then you have more knowledge, so it'll even itself out in a way. But you're welcome to do a medicine check to kind of give her.
I mean, I think because I know kind of what I'm looking for, and I've been keeping an eye on her, I would probably go and sit next to her and just say to her, I know it's been quite a fight, but you threw yourself into the middle a few times, yes?
I mean, I didn't intend to. I just wanted to get Nev her daggers so she could fight. But
I think you are much braver than you thought you were.
Oh,
I think
I
you
didn't
are.
really think of it. Thanks.
Oh.
I just she's my best friend, and he took her, and I didn't like it.
But
So I
that is
just left.
what bravery is about, doing what is right for you and the people you love. I know you are not feeling good, but can I have a look at your wound? Just because I know from here sometimes the wounds, they get something from the sand, and if I can have a look.
Oh god, is this? Yeah.
Okay.
You can look. And she's like,
And I'll try and take a really close look. Also, bear with.
The blowing of my nose did nothing.
I know. I was going to say you don't sound any better at all.
If anything,
made it worse.
Yeah.
It made it much worse.
Medicine.
Thank you, Wayne, for doing medicine. Thank you, very kind.
That's all right. I think you're okay. That would be. God, where is it? Oh, okay. And an unnatural 20.
Very nice.
But I am also going to use my knowledge of a past life, which allows me to roll an additional d6 and add it.
Perfect time.
It's a 6.
Nice.
It's also because I just realized I had it. So that's a 26 medicine check.
Woo-wee!
You have definitely seen this before. When people are essentially drained of all of their life and their health, by a bite of a vampire, because it isn't just physical damage, it's also that kind of necrotic damage, and it's with all of the things that come with being a vampire. When you are unconscious, there is the slight chance that you could succumb to the power of the vampire that bit you. And looking at her, feeling her skin and how cold it is, she has definitely been taken over. I mean, look, here's the thing. 26, that's a big chunk of change. You have seen people change. You know what that road is, and it is bad. It's bad, but it is extremely bad for people who don't want to change. People who want to change, it's a little bit easier, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
And there is really very, very few things that can stop it once it's started.
So that was going to be my next question: is would he know if there is anything at all that can be done? Because of watching it happen when I was in prison.
Roll a history check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Come on, dice. I kid you not, it's a natural 20.
The narrative rolls.
Yes.
Look, it's a natural 20.
Wayne, please never leave us.
I gotta take a photo so that everyone believes me, because nobody believed me.
There, in your time at the Dalvasor estate, you saw people get changed. Most of them wanted the change. And so what you saw them suffer was happily, like, endured. A few times you saw people change for, like, tactical reasons, and they hadn't asked for it. And they tried to stop it. They tried to use their own kind of pre-existing magical abilities on it. Nothing ever worked. And the reason why nothing ever worked is that when you are bitten to unconsciousness by a vampire and then you succumb to their power, you are dead. It removes your ability to do any, like, death saves, essentially. And there is really not a lot that can be done about that. You in your experience have never seen anyone successfully come back from it.
Okay. I am just going to tell Agatha to rest. Just say you've had a lot of lost a lot of blood, but there's no sound, but I think you need to just rest. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay. You lie down and rest. I'm going to go and have my kill sensu.
Okay. I think Agatha's going to curl up near Nevma somewhere.
Yeah, Nevma, like, as soon as you curl up, she, like, hoofs you so that your head's resting on her lap, and she feeds you. She, like, cracks open a ration pack and just starts feeding you bits of, like, spiced chicken, which is rotten.
It's rotten.
That's disgusting. I don't want it. I'll eat tomorrow. I'm just gonna sleep.
You should eat something.
That's
it's
off.
fine.
That's off.
It's
No.
okay. And I hand the pig mask over.
Oh God.
Okay.
I don't want to eat rotten food.
I don't think it should be good. It should be fine.
It's not. It tastes bad. There's something off with
Nevma,
it.
like,
It's
nibbles
fine.
a bit and is like, it's fucking rude.
I'm sorry. It's just I don't know. I've lost a lot of blood. Maybe I can't taste things. I just want
Can
to
you
sleep.
just try? Because your body needs to heal while you're sleeping, and it can't do it if your stomach is empty. Everybody should eat, okay? Everybody. You've all been running like a fucking marathon.
Okay, I'll
Make me so
eat.
cross. Even Koji is drinking.
I just come over and place the pig mask on your face.
Weirdly, when you eat it, it doesn't taste of anything at all.
Oh.
It just becomes like matter.
It's good, right?
It's like eating with COVID.
Yeah.
You can't
Oh,
keep
it's a good
comparing it to
texture.
like a virus and COVID because we just think Agatha's got COVID.
Seriously.
It's got COVID.
Everybody put a mask on.
Oh, I've got one. I've got one on now. It's fine. Yeah, she'll eat it. She'll just. I don't think she'll really think much about it. I think, like her max hit points are 8. Like she's always had more than that since we
Jesus.
started.
Even when
the
she was
game.
born, she had.
Agatha was born with at least 10 hit points. So she's.
Agatha
just
was like 20 pounds when she was born. She was born with 12 hit points.
This is why Tracy hates it.
Only Tracy could survive that. Fucking-
Agatha just walked out. She was 3'2".
She walked out and she just picked up a fucking mead barrel and put it
All the
on.
way through.
Agatha pulled her first pint within 3 minutes of being born.
Okay, what I would like to do, what Koji would like to do, is to just wait hopefully until Agatha actually falls asleep.
Can I ask you something? Are you
Yeah.
working quite hard to keep your face Shrek meme?
I mean, essentially, I'm trying desperately to find a chance to talk to Nevma, preferably. But I don't want to terrify Agatha anymore because I've seen how she is very fearful, and I don't want to say anything until I have had a chance to talk to Nevma, because Nevma is the one who would know about these things.
She rolled a. She rolled an 18 on insight, so I don't know if you're trying to do a deception, in which case roll for that and see if she notices, but Agatha doesn't.
No, I mean, I probably wouldn't intentionally be trying to deceive anyone apart from Agatha.
My pass is 13.
Yeah, I mean, Agatha's lying there. She's like eaten a bit of the chicken,
She's lying there in a pig mask,
That's-
as you do.
shuts her eyes, and Nevma almost immediately goes and casts message and goes, "What is going on?"
And I'm just going to reply back and say, she has been bitten and brought back from death. I think she is changing.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
This is going to be quite bad. We should let the boys know.
I think for sure, as soon as like Hariath's been sort of vigilantly watching this entire time, as soon as he sees the
Hariath
message,
eavesdropping psychically.
like as soon as he sees like the finger point, he's fully on
Say,
alert.
is Sonny's watch. So I don't know what that means in terms of like being like Sonny. Sonny's awake. I don't think he's staring at this conversation, but
No, I mean, Koji would, after that conversation, depending on what Hariath's doing, Koji's idea was to go and talk to Sunny, because he would be away from the group at the moment, a little bit doing watch.
I think Hariath sees the point, sees the reaction on Nevma's face, and just sort of like scoots a little bit closer, like crisscross applesauce, but scoots a bit closer to Agatha and is just watching, kind of like like
in between
faithful dog.
in between messages to Koji, I think there'll be a lot of like this, making sure that everybody's like in the loop.
Anyone watching is just like, oh my god, look at her doing finger guns, what the fuck?
Look, we don't know anything for sure yet, right? could be fine.
I would be surprised if it is fine.
But if it is bad, then we need to keep her protected while it happens.
Is there nothing we can do to stop it? What about your boyfriend's his patron, his deity?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she's pretty, like, chill.
He seemed very sure she was very caring and powerful and strong. Maybe, I don't know, but
She's a miracle worker. That's, like, literally what makes you a patron saint, so maybe.
I do not know anything else that can stop it, so I will take your guidance on what we need to do, but I think we need to tell the others also.
Okay. All the time, I think she, this conversation happens, but she's then turning and she tells Hiraeth, because he's right there, and then she tells Sunny, who is like looking out to make sure that everyone's safe. She talks to him as well.
I will walk towards Sunny, even though she's telling him, so that we can have a conversation away from the group once he knows.
Yeah, I think as soon as they've walked away, Hiraeth just sort of looks down at our little Mayo wizard and just puts a hand gently on her arm.
Puts a harm on her.
Yeah, puts a harm on her. No, just puts an arm on her sort of shoulder as she's sort of like sleeping, and just sort of sits there for a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna pop a pin in that just real quick.
That's fine. That's pin popped. Just do it.
That pin be popped. Agatha.
Oh no.
Eyes are like shutting themselves when you really can't make them stay open anymore. And almost as soon as your lids touch, you feel racking pain. Your skull hurts so fucking much. There are throbs and like waves and waves of this whomping pain. And you are cold. So much cold grips you that it's not just your skin, but the cold is in the marrow of your bones. Every nerve is like ice. Every vein feels cold and somehow also lonely. You have long since stopped feeling the warmth of the dome. All you can feel is heavy, heavy darkness. And within that darkness, you feel that you are almost in a different place. Like you could feel a cold breeze on your skin. And in that darkness, you hear the tiny, distant noise of a crying child.
Can I try and move towards it, that noise, or figure out where it's coming from?
Yeah. You will yourself to move towards it. And as you do that, though you don't feel your physical form, you hear the sound of sharp, like boots on stone. And you run towards that soft crying, and you can't work out if you're actually getting nearer. So you run a bit faster and you run a bit faster, and then at one point, that crying child stops.
Hello?
That sound sounds so dead. Like there's no echo against anything. There's no nothing. And without the sound of that crying child, you are left with just that horrible pain in your skull. Throbbing pain through your cheekbones, through your brow bones, through your jaw. Every part of your skull hurts so badly. What this looks like to the people in the dome, she was peaceful with her eyes shut just for a moment. And as Koji started to walk away and Hiraeth took her hand, she started to like writhe on the ground. And she's clearly suffering quite badly and in terrible pain.
I think
no noise
Hiraeth,
is coming out of her, but she is like just writhing on the ground in pain.
Hiraeth just very calmly and gently but firmly just takes her shoulders and just kind of doesn't press her into the ground or anything, but just kind of like sits there as though someone's having a fit. I know. Technically, you're not meant to anymore, but you know what I mean. Like,
Koji will just grab Sunny and push him towards them, and I will step closer to the edge of the dome so that I can take over his watch.
and I think just very, very quietly, I'm just saying, shh, 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 it's okay, and just humming a very like a lullaby that I was sung as a child. The croque monsieur. It's fine. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Nevma is sort of curled up next to you. She sort of alternates between holding her hand and like stroking Agatha's head. Nothing really seems to soothe it, and time definitely like passes and you realize that in order to get any sleep, you're going to have to sleep.
Actually, sorry to be pedantic about this, but is the dome a concentration spell?
No.
Okay.
You good. Sorry.
I think that's something Koji would be worried about, so I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Or Koji can just think Agatha's real fucking powerful. She's concentrating on this spell and doing
Wow.
Funny, were you going to say something?
I think Sunny prays before going to sleep. You know, Sunny's more of a lived worship kind of person. But I think not expecting a response because of where are we? Like, how could you ask for an answer in a godless land? But
when you pray, you spend a bit of time praying and trying to like feel the presence of Kimber, and you look back at your friends and you see this like image of Hiraeth holding Agatha, Nevma next to him, Koji a little way off, like keeping lookout, and a very faint outline of Kimber standing behind them, looking over, worried.
I think during one of the lulls in Agatha's movements, I think he's just gonna give her like a gentle kiss on the forehead and cast guidance, because Lord knows she needs it. And then he's gonna get probably the worst night's sleep he's ever had.
Yeah. You finish Koji. I think there's like a sort of awkward negotiation of people getting an opportunity to sleep, people getting an opportunity to do watch. The dome is up for 8 hours, and then beyond that it's like you're exposed to the elements, so the danger arises.
I will try and kind of swap with people to give them some rest, including Nevma, because I don't have to physically sleep. I just have to rest, and I will take over from her so she at least gets sleep as well.
You get right on, like, everybody gets just about a full night's rest, except for you, Agatha. When you wake, you have no spells. You have a level of exhaustion.
And
Your
60
hit point
points.
maximum is still 8.
Christ alive.
And you now have long, sharp canines.
Long, sharp toenails. Not everyone gets the teeth, I'm afraid.
You gotta start
Roll
with the
table,
toenails
sorry.
and earn the teeth.
Hey, it's a genetic thing. Who knows?
Those boots were real long.
Oh,
Oh god.
Papa Bulbasaur's got fucking grippers.
And her nails are long. Look.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think when Agatha wakes, like, to like blood in her mouth because she's just like they're like bitten down on her teeth, on her like lip.
I think Harat's absolutely already awake and already sort of like next to you, and just kind of like just puts a thumb to your lip and just like mechanically, I know it won't do much, but just kind of lay on hands the little kind of abrasions in your mouth, and just puts a hand on your shoulder and just says, "Morning. Are you okay?"
Oh,
Agatha, I think that we need to have a conversation.
okay. Why are you all looking at me like that?
I didn't want to wake you from sleeping, but Koji and I should probably talk to you about some things.
Okay.
You, when you were bitten in that fight, you're going to become a Damphir. You're in the process of becoming a Damphir.
Like, well, no, because that's what that's what you are. I'm a human. Is it like the wear badger thing? Do I just need like a potion or something?
She like takes hold of your hand and goes, "You're having that kind of thing happen to you when you go down, when you are knocked down. It just kills you. But what you are now is something different. It's going to be a difficult couple of days for you."
She just kind of like looks down at her hands, trying like she's trying to logic herself out of this. Like, she would do the equivalent of an investigation check because Agatha has been like the brains of the group, so she's a bit like, no, like you guys just don't get it. I'll have worked something out.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to roll investigation for sure.
Yeah. 30-20.
Your pulse is like 1 a minute.
Oh shit.
And you know, I mean, the easiest investigation is
Yeah. She just does it.
Bit of a giveaway, that one.
Koji. Can you give her any advice?
The only thing that I can tell you is Like Nevma said, the next few days will be hard because you are already starting to feel some of the effects. But your friends are here, and they will be here with you, and we will make sure that you are safe. But at the moment, you just need to focus on being strong through the process, because there is nothing we can do to stop this. It has started. But your friends are very clever, so who knows what will happen. But for now, you need to just be as strong as you were in that fight. But the process has begun, so... But Nevma is here, and she knows more about vampires than anyone, because she is...
I mean, obviously it was a bit of a different start for me, but
Also, really important stuff, Agatha. We just went a whole bunch of different directions and we don't know which way we're going, so we need you to take a look at these maps to see if we can find this crevasse, so we can find out where we are and where we're going. It's book
let's
time.
spread that map out and like focus on that, maybe. Yeah.
I think if
Yeah.
Agatha can find where we are now, maybe, then I think I can guide from there. So maybe if you can
It's
focus
map
on that,
squad.
we
Let's
need
do
to
it.
Okay. Yeah.
I give you a squeeze on the arm and head out of the circle.
Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah.
To like keep an eye out, to look around, make sure that no one's about.
Can I try and grab Nevma, just sort of try and get a word with her?
Yes. Okay. So
I'm going to be looking at maps with Agatha. Me and Agatha are doing
you two
work.
roll that investigation. If Hiraeth can roll a perception, and then come back to us.
Can I do a survival instead of investigation?
Not on a map. No.
19.
It's fine. I rolled
Hold
a natural 20, so
Bloody hell.
Hold all of those. Hold all of those for after.
Agatha's like 6 hit points, no pulse, still a natural.
who
20.
needs it?
Hyper focused. Yeah, I think Nevma like takes a second to like walk away, and like looks maybe like towards the crevasse.
I'm just going to walk over and say, do you know if there is anything that will help the process be easier for her, even if we cannot stop it? There were the vials of liquid. Will that help now?
I mean, yeah, the only thing I can think of is to feed her, see what it is that she consumes, so that she is at least fed. Because, I mean, I just don't know. Like, I was born this way, and then I was kept in a stone room for 10 years. So...
The people that were forced to go through this when I was at the manor, they were left with nothing to go through this, so that by the end they were mad with hunger. So that is not...
That's the most important thing, right? Is that she's not hungry.
But that's not going to be easy for her to accept.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, blood is one thing. I don't drink blood. I drink spinal fluid. But like some people, they suck the very life force out of people. She's not going to want to do that to people. She's not going
No,
to
but
want to
we-
take things from people that they don't want to give.
Let's check. So I'm going to try and get the crate with the vials in, so that we can figure out what's actually in there.
Yeah, do you want to do like a little investigate on those?
Sure. Because they were white and red ones, you said, yeah?
With advantage, clear and white. Yeah. One's definitely.
Okay.
I just can't stop
Okay.
my mouth. Sometimes.
15.
15. Yeah, one's blood, one's spinal fluid.
Okay, so that's what we suspected. And then what would you say, 5 of each?
6 of
Six.
each.
6 of each.
Devil's number.
Okay, so I would just say, just say to Nimmo, so we have these, so we can try if that is what she needs.
Okay. Well, she's probably not eaten in like at least a day. So, yeah.
Okay, when
You
they
walk
have,
back over with the bottles.
yeah, when they have looked at the map, we will talk.
What was that? Perception check, right?
19.
19. Yes, there are definitely things moving around. Shuffling, and one thing in particular that's maybe 90 feet away happens to be shuffling in your direction.
Cool. I just say, we might have incoming. Go about your business, but I'll tell you if it gets any closer. And I take my my glaive out and kind of ready myself, just in case.
Okay. How's that investigation going? We had a natural 20 from Agatha.
We
4
did
minus 1. Sunny is distracted.
and yeah, I'm afraid that wasn't a natural 20.
Oh, yeah,
I've
because
got
you
point
are
of
Disadvantage.
Oh,
So
crap.
it's 23, which is still pretty good.
That's still real good.
Oh, what a shame.
Sunny's just talking a mile at the minute, of which it's sort of vaguely map related. But it's
I
not.
think that's weirdly helping
Yeah.
Agatha because
It's just
she's
noise.
like it's overstimulation, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I can't think about what's happening because I have to block out Sunny and work out this map. So anything
Think
else?
this bit might be the crevasse, or is that no? Wait.
You
Oh, that's the fold.
Yeah, that's just the crease in the paper. No.
you oddly enough, you haven't really you've worked out where you are,
Okay.
and you haven't lost loads of time because you were heading basically north but a little bit east, and what you've done is go east, so you still got basically the same amount of time to get north to where you're heading to.
Okay.
You're just heading more like directly north than you were before. So you feel fairly, here's the thing that you now have to make a decision about. Are you doubling back on yourself? Because canonically, when you ran for Nevma, you said, we're not packing everything up, we're just running. So you lost a bunch of blankets, roll mats, a tent, utensils and bits and pieces. Nothing of any massive import, but if you wanted to double back, you lose another day.
That stuff's all gone to shit by now. It's probably
yeah,
not
there's a
still
chance it's
there.
gone.
There's a
A
little
pack of
pumpkin animal living
pumpkin
in it.
guys have taken a shit on it. Like,
Yeah, they're just suckling all over it now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
One of them's
It's okay.
wearing like, a little like mess tin as a hat.
oh, their AC's got up, guys. Watch out.
I tell my friends they can have it. They live
Yeah.
just near there. Yes.
That'd be so cute if you went back and just saw the skull with like a little tin hat on.
Oh.
Wearing a blanket shawl.
Yeah. I think we brought. I think we did say we'd grab some stuff, but yeah. I think, yeah.
We did grab some, but Sunny,
Yeah.
said, leave the rest. We'll go. So
Yeah,
anything
You
that
lost
we
like
do,
half
so-
because in my mind, some of
Yeah.
you like started doing this,
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
get your roll mat
Yeah.
up, and Sonny was like, "Just leave it and let's go."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
so
think
you-
that's fair.
got, like, half,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I imagine people like Hariath and Koji, especially Koji, could pack a bit quicker, whereas I don't imagine Agatha is. And the idea of Agatha trying to get a sleeping bag back in the little bag it comes in.
I think she's not professional at that stuff.
I kind
When
of think
is-
it's the opposite way
I know,
round.
yeah.
I think
Christine.
Ags was
Yeah.
was like zoop, and Harath is like, wait,
Agatha's been practicing.
this folds. Someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Access like if you take this corner and you put it there first, then you can just pull that one and there we go.
Of course, she's got a hack. She's
Yeah.
definitely got a hack for
Yeah.
everything.
But have we got like a bearing, a way to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think-
so. Once we know that, I will tell them like that. That's where we came from. This is where we are. So, I think our best suggestion is we go forward. We don't go back. We carry on. We can survive with what we have. I don't need my bedroll. I have that. It's okay.
That thing is now 60 feet away.
Is it the big thing?
Okay.
No. Not the like rat
The
king.
thing I saw, yeah.
Saurus one. No.
Okay, if we're going, we need to.
Right, I'm gonna run over to where the cart is and just grab my axe off the floor.
Yeah.
And then
And grab the rod.
Oh, the rod! Yeah, absolutely. Fucking.
That spare javelin that got thrown.
Nah, I leave the javelins.
That's gone.
No, that was in the
Those
grass. It's
javelins.
gone. Okay.
Yeah, we'll grab the rod and the
they
axe.
if they miss, they weren't meant to be. You know.
God, it's
like
like
that's-
dice jail, but javelins.
Yeah.
Javelin jail.
Yeah.
You've only got one left then.
Yep.
Two left.
Oh, you've got two.
Oh,
can
you
buy
collected
more.
the one before, didn't you? Yeah.
Well, yeah. So one of them hit and the other one missed. So I collected the one that hit. So yeah.
It's just I remember from a previous battle that you did a similar thing, didn't you?
Yeah. So I had 4.
Yeah, cool.
One missed in the first battle. One missed in the second. I now have 2.
You're dead to me.
Javelin math. I think we like pack up, head out, and I think Sunny is just making sure it's distracting Ags either with the maps or getting her to hold the armor so Sunny can cast mending on it, so we can repair it together because she does a lot of like needleworky stuff.
Yeah, that's
so like
true.
as we're walking, like we've got little odd jobs to be doing. So you know we
I was
can
about to say
we can busy ourselves.
whenever Sunny sort of like has to do something else, Hariath is there going, Korbangu, I don't feel well. Just like doing exactly what we started doing. Like
The idea
just
of
with a-
Hariath going, I'm going to distract Agatha for not feeling well. I don't feel well. Fuck.
like full somber face, and just kind of like it's that kind of it's the quiet humor of like it's the nudge wink kind of stuff, trying to get a rise out of her kind of thing, as opposed to you know like ignoring it completely or being like really sympathetic. It's just, you know what, this is the deal, like we're gonna deal with it.
We'll know she's feeling better when she says hot dog.
Yeah.
I think as you're, as you're going, and these like friendly gestures of distraction start kind of chipping in. Neva is walking alongside Agatha, and she takes like a swig from her flask and just casually offers it.
Oh.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. You'll gag. Just do it. Don't think about it. That's what she said.
I tried to keep it in so much.
Oh, God.
And it wasn't me who said it. Yeah.
This is like a good life lesson in so many different ways.
Don't think about it, you'll gag.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, while that's happening again, just to kind of distract it, I'm gonna say to Nevma, "Hey, she was drinking the Kilsin Su when you were."
I think if you can drink Ilsen Su, you can pretty much drink anything.
Okay.
I think Gilson Su was the best thing I've had here, honestly.
See,
she'll take a swig. She's just trying to think of like all the time she's had to test one of Pete's concoctions.
The monthly special, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, okay, you just put on a brave face. If it's disgusting,
Pete's making
it's
blood
disgusting.
mead as soon as we get back.
It's very thin, like it's not it's exactly the consistency of water. But
Oh,
the
okay.
taste of it is and it's cold, and the taste of it is both salty and metallic. Somebody did a Google search.
I was about to say
ruin.
exactly that. I just did exactly the same Google search, and it said salty and metallic.
Yeah.
Really good.
wow, your search histories are going to be fun when the
I'm
police look at them.
I'm already on a bunch of lists. Let's be honest.
Welcome to the club.
But it tastes
And you immediately want to drink more.
Oh my god. Okay.
Finish.
Oh.
We actually got some bottles from the thing. Like, drink that whole lot. I don't know what's in the. I don't know where that's from, but this.
It's a cat. Okay. And she just like. I
Basically
think.
gravy.
Yeah. She downs it, like. You know when you're like really thirsty, you don't realize how thirsty you were.
Yeah.
Until...
Little kid coming in
She's like
from
a little
playing
god,
out.
yeah.
Hands on the
I also like how you said cow, like we've seen a cow in any of the campaigns thus far. I don't think we've seen a single fucking cow.
What is a cow?
What is a
What
cow? No
exotic
idea.
animal is it? There wasn't even one at the petting zoo. Oh my
No.
god.
You can tell Never's part. She has this rare animal.
Exotic.
There is no such thing as cow. There is only horse tiefling.
That's not what it is.
I hate that. Oh, I don't need a horse with horns in my life.
Oh.
And you know, you hand it back to Never, and she puts the lid on. Well, I mean, I guess I already kind of thought of you like a sister, but now you're like big time sister.
Wait, are we like related now? Is that how that works?
I mean, like,
wait, what?
it was, you know, anybody, if you share the same sire, you share the same hunger.
Oh.
And he is the most, like, he's the hardest to resist because he was the.
I mean, yeah, I get. Oh, you mean, yeah.
Wait, what?
No. I just mean he was very tall and like
Of beekeeping age.
beekeeping age.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about exactly, and I'm sort of afraid to dig further. But
I'm really sick right now. I'm feverish or whatever.
But look, the good thing is, I've got a contact in Solaria who is super chill about sorting this out for me, and they'll be super chill about sorting it out for you. And look, you know, this is really big. This is about the biggest thing that you could kind of go through. But it's not so terrible, you know?
I mean, I'm here, right?
If you want to go home right now, we'll all go home right now and focus on sorting it out. At the drop of a hat, we'll all do it. But I will say this. Once the change happens, I don't know that we can't stop the change from happening. And I think it's only once that happens should you make decisions about what you want to do and research what we want to do. And we won't get out of Amer Edaphos while you're changing because we're in deep now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you want to, either way, we're going to be traveling while you're changing. So we either go west towards the edge of the country, or we go north and see.
We came here to do a thing, and we're going to do it. And it's just a little change. And I mean, it can't be that bad, because, like, you're pretty cool, so...
I know, but I got pushed out this way. I never did the thing that you're doing, you know? Like, the thing that I think we need to set up really clear rules that we all have, that we call it quits if you get like I'm not going to keep walking towards this. I want this done so badly. I think what we're doing is extremely worthy. It's not just about the Golden Griffin Cup. It's extremely important. It's extremely worthy. But it's not more important than your life. I'm not losing you. So if things look dire, we race to Quellar.
Okay. Well, look, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like absolute shit. And I feel really sick. And I don't know if I can make that call. Do I want to go home right now? Yeah. I do, but then all of this would have been for nothing, Like, if we hadn't come out here in the first place, you wouldn't have got kidnapped, we wouldn't have had to fight your dad, and this wouldn't have happened. So we have to do what we came out here to do, and whatever's going to happen to me is going to happen, and we'll figure it out when we get back, as long as we get back, that is.
Okay, let's take it one day at a time, okay? So if tomorrow morning you're still getting worse, maybe we just don't go exactly north, but we start moving towards the why can't I think of that word?
Border?
Border, thank you. Thank you, Koji.
Koji's behind. Border!
How long is this going to take? Like, is this like a week's thing, a day's thing, month's thing?
Well, it's not months, but it's certainly days. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Depends. I mean, we've already seen you can have good days where you don't fight very much, and then you can have days where you fight a fucking lot. We've only been here 2, right? Or 3? I don't know how many days we've been.
I think we've been here longer than that. So I thought we were travelling for a while. I don't know. Let me look at my diary. Nope. I don't know. I mean, yeah, one day. We'll just take it one day at a time. But
I mean, your knees are wobbling a lot as you're walking. If you want a piggyback, I'm sure Hariath will give you a piggyback.
No, it's
It's fine.
I don't want to be like a burden though for any of you.
I don't want to be a burden. It's fine. It's fine. So it gives you a little punch on the shoulder. Just goes,
Ow,
come on.
Ow.
She falls over dead.
Come on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Only if you're sure, though.
What, me? Yeah. I'm not going through what you're going through, but we're all here.
Okay. And as he I don't know, either piggybacks or whatever, she's just like, it's because you want to show off to Koji, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Neva messages to Koji and says, do you know anything that's going to make this hurt less? That's going to make this less painful? It's going to make it go smoother? I mean, roll another. No, you already rolled already. I think the only thing that you know is that people who resist it find it harder.
I think we have to just make sure she knows it's a process, and It has to just happen that if she fights it more and more, it will be harder. And we have to make sure that she eats when she is hungry. She needs the sustenance so that at least the body has something. Otherwise, she will be too hungry and too weak to fight. Would I know how long the actual turning process would take?
For some people, it's just a day. For some people, it can be weeks.
Okay.
For those people who just got hungry and hungry, and for people who it wasn't done, they didn't want it to happen to them, those are the people who just took longer and longer and suffered and sort of lost themselves in it.
So I'll just say, it's difficult when it's I know it hurts, I've seen, but if you fight it, it sometimes takes longer, so you have to just try and just bear with it, then it's shorter also, so. But we will be with you. Your friends are here, and you have this strong one. I'm going to whack Arias on the shoulder. He will carry you, and the little one, he seems to fight everything and turn into elephant.
Well, I didn't do that part. That sort of happened to me, but yeah, sure.
But you have, you have good friends here. We will make sure you are okay. So just focus on you now and get through this.
Okay. Yeah, I think again Agatha's trying to logic her way through this and kind of like almost view it as like a puzzle that needs to be solved. So when Koji is like, you need to let it happen to you, she starts thinking about anything she's read about or studied, or I don't know if it's something to do with the mead making process where it's like you have to
give in to the mead.
You have to give in to the mead. Or, like, I don't know, like magic. If they've learnt something with magic, it's like that thing of letting it, guiding it kind of thing, rather than like, just all of those elements of like, don't fight it. She's trying to like.
What might come to her is like, there were moments when you were in that mirror.
Yes.
When you were like trying to run to Nevma and you were trying to run to Kai, it's like if your intention was like there was just this weird sort of reverse intentionality thing, and sometimes you just like going with the flow would get you somewhere, but like trying to force it. It was like you start to have those thoughts. You start to have thoughts about.
I think she remembers she's having all these thoughts of like logic your way, all of that stuff, and then she just like glances at Sunny and remembers like laying in the water, like on the beach and stuff, and there's like
it's like surfing, like you got to go with the waves, because if you push against it, you're gonna get knocked off the board.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Does everyone please want to roll for me a d8?
Fuck me.
Okay.
7.
2.
6 for me.
6 for me. Oh no.
Mercifully, a full day goes by, and with the help of like a combination of Hiraeth keeping really good lookout, because you've rolled some great perception checks. All the perception checks you've done have been pretty good, in my memory. And Koji's navigational skills, and people being hyper vigilant of keeping like Agatha in the middle of the pack. And you see some Sorrowsworn and you avoid them a little bit, and you come to the end of the day. And you're pretty tired from walking, you're pretty hungry, and you have not been attacked by anything.
Whee!
That's great.
But I imagine you can't cast Tiny Hut today, or do you have a spell slot?
It's not a spell because I cast it as a ritual.
Cast it as a ritual. Clutch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real
that's
clutch.
wow. Yeah,
It's such a
was
good
going to
spell.
be
Incredible.
awesome.
takes 10 minutes, but I think she'll get Nevma to help her. Like, she doesn't technically need help doing it, but her and Nevma share that like understanding of like they cast spells in the same way that Sunny and
It's a
Karai
third level
do.
spell, right? Or a second
It
level?
is, so I don't think she'd be able.
Yeah,
She wouldn't be able
it's-
to do it, but it's
It's
that
funny,
kind of like
she starts to understand it, and then after a while you see that you slightly lost her because the math is a bit complicated, but she's very interested in it, and she's definitely like following your hands as you're like tracing out the lines of magic in the air and in the
yeah.
ground.
I think whilst those two do that, I kind of take a moment with Koji and just sort of like, you know, tap him on the shoulder and beckon him over a little bit further away, so we look like we're kind of percepting. But I think whilst we're sort of like looking out, I just sort of say, "Will it hurt her again today when she goes to sleep?"
From what I have seen, yes. But it is harder for those that do not want to change and they have been forced to change, because they fight every time and that takes longer. But it does, from what I have seen, it hurts. But I know that if it is willing, it is shorter, so sometimes it is only 1 or 2 days, so we can hope.
Okay. Oh.
The most difficult thing with seeing people change like this for me is that you really can do nothing but be there, because you cannot guide them or take them or fight for them, and you cannot stop it. So all you can do is be there. But I've seen people change on their own in a cell, and it's horrific. But she has you here.
Well, look, I know very little about bending to the whims of things that cannot be stopped. I've fought against many things myself, but I can't be there.
This is perhaps a hard lesson for someone who is used to being able to bend things to their will.
Yeah, some things can't be bent. Okay, so we'll be there for her. Thank you. And I just go back, and as I do, I just will the essence of Gerald into the little plush toy, and Gerald just sort of bounds over and just sort of sits next to sits next to
God.
Agatha.
Ag, sorry.
Go ahead.
Ags, like, so last night you were like shifting and moving, and it looked like you were really struggling while you was asleep, and like, you know, I can't really do much in the grand scheme of things, but I think I have something that might help you fall asleep. So you might ignore the you won't feel any of the discomfort for an amount of time, and that might help you fall asleep.
Ibuprofen?
What?
Ibuprofen?
Oh, it's a bit better than that. It's more like cocodamol.
Oh shit, the good stuff.
Do you want to go to sleep?
And I think her eyes start welling up a little bit. Yeah, and no.
Look, it's nothing permanent. It just means like for the first hour you're not going to be feeling the, like, you know, the cold and the, like, the moving and stuff. You won't like move around and stuff, so it might help you get some like rest, you know. Like, I can't do loads. It's just a comfort thing.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it for sure. Thank you.
Okay, Sunny begins to tuck Agatha in.
Oh wait. Sorry. I just before you send me to sleep, I just and she just looks at Nevma. Are you okay?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, we haven't really spoken about it, but you just like killed your dad.
I mean, yeah, that's I'm just gonna lock that one up real tight and weld it shut just for the time being. Like,
That's
We're-
going in the same box. We'll deal with it when we get back.
We're all here for Nebma as well. I think Agatha needs to look after Agatha
course.
right now.
of course, like, and
Okay.
also, you know, I'm just going to go back to Mistress Igros and let her fucking straighten all of these worms out, you know? Like, I'm not
Therapy is
going to
good for you.
pretend that I am well equipped enough to straighten out the complex thing of, you know, of plunging a sword into the heart of my narcissistic father. It's like, it's too much, so I'm just gonna go, no. And,
It's crazy because most people go to therapy just for dreaming about stuff like that.
mm,
So, you know, maybe it's even a breakthrough. Who We'll figure it out later. Like, it's all good. As Sunny's going to tuck Agatha in and cast Feign Death.
Oh.
For a full hour, Agatha cannot be hurt. She is, ostensibly, she is outwardly dead. She does not move. If she is diseased or poisoned, that is, like, suppressed for the hour. Like, she is ostensibly dead. So, like, you will come to in an hour, but not necessarily wake up. It's an hour of rest whilst not moving,
Yeah.
and
That's cool.
it's you can get to sleep without the discomfort. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we know when
Yeah.
you're like in pain or ill, the hardest part is actually falling asleep.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall asleep.
I'm just gonna read the spell for the sake of working out the exact
God.
flavor of it. Not because I don't think that it would work, because it obviously definitely would, but
Does it work on undead?
Yeah, it doesn't say it doesn't.
Oh.
Because I've got a bunch of fucking spells that won't work on you now. Selfish
I was
bitch.
thinking this. 3 of the 4 people in this party have a bunch of spells that won't affect them, that can't affect them.
Is it in a good way or no?
Most of them in a really good way, actually.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Like a whole person and shit like that. Like all of those. You're no longer a humanoid. You are an
I
undead.
actually am not sure if that works with the. I have a feeling it's made to overcome
Yeah,
some of that stuff. But
I
I'm not
think
sure.
So-
I think with undying and like the undead things and vampires, their creature type changes to undead. I could be
Yeah.
wrong though.
So,
It's true.
Feign Death, you touch a willing creature and put it into a cataleptic state that is indistinguishable from death for the duration, which is 1 hour, or until I use an action to touch the target and dismiss the spell. The target appears dead to all outward inspection and dispels. You determine the target's status. The target is blinded and incapacitated. Speed drops to 0. The target has resistance to all damage except psychic. If the target is diseased or poisoned when you cast a spell, or becomes so while under spell effect, the disease and poison have no effect until the spell's end. It's fucking morphine.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys, Agatha is out for the count, and the rest of you are kind of like settling in. Some of you are eating. You know, you're kind of quietly talking amongst yourselves, though you could probably bang pans above her head and nothing would wake her up. But yeah, you're like free to kind of have the beginning bit of your long rest that's mostly just like rested, like chilling.
Nemmer,
Yeah.
you grabbed the manacles and the mask
Yeah.
when we was taking off. Is there any reason? Like, is it? I
Well, I
don't know.
mean-
It didn't look especially like magic. It looked just a bit cruel to me, but I don't know.
They're very powerful. I think they're pretty bad, but and I don't necessarily want to keep them. But anti-magic manacles,
Oh, they are anti-magic.
Yeah.
Would that?
Because even when I wasn't tied to the sides, I couldn't do anything.
So the manacles wouldn't stop what's happening to Agatha because it's not magic; it's like body change.
Yeah.
Right.
Would stop all the bits that make her feel like she has
Agatha.
agency right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just mean like I would ask her. I'm not saying we put them on her while she's asleep. I would be
Of
like,
He
course.
wakes up and she's the man in the
Oh my
iron
god.
mask.
Horrific thought.
that Sunny's nice feigned death thing goes to a real dark place pretty immediately. I know it's fine. I'm just wondering because like if it was like a personal thing or like, you know,
No, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just checking in, really.
I know that sometimes like custers use them, but they're the most expensive thing that custers have in like whatever. And
You know,
I know
some of
that
the
like
custers
regular
in-
people aren't really meant to have them, but you know, we now kind of have a relationship with those funny people in the like custer barracks. I don't even know what would happen if we went back and was like, here you go, we're like patrons of the custers, have some of the, whether we'd instantly get locked up again or what the deal would be.
My gut says we're probably better off giving them to, you know, the
Oh yeah, that, or even giving them to the school, like maybe they need them for like the SAN, or
maybe, but also I was just sort of thinking, you know, we could destroy them.
yeah.
Like, we could do lots of things. But just saying, you know, like,
I think this would be a good conversation to have when all of us are present.
no, yeah, I basically, what I'm saying is, I see you, and I'm checking in because you know each little like stone we overturn, you know, carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, my basic thinking was, if we leave them here, I mean, we already left a big old cage behind. You fucking know that some fucking harpoon-armed person is going to get all tangled up in that. And you just never know what... Someone might come out of the Shadowfell and find them. It's kind of like...
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally get it. I was just making sure that that's what was going on, you know?
Yeah, I'm
And
not,
it wasn't
I don't...
like a reminder of some dark nonsense, you know?
No, that's... I think I'm fine, but thank you for checking in. Thank you very much.
I'm just making sure.
What was there? You got some other things that you said were magic, no?
Yeah.
There was a bunch of bits, weren't there? But unfortunately,
Agatha just sits up and is like, please can you identify?
Agatha, shit, she's dead to the world.
Literally.
I actually don't have that spell quite yet.
Oh, do you not?
Is this one of the things where we've got confused about it, where she took it because and you didn't?
Yeah, that's why I haven't.
I don't
got
have it
'cause
written
Never
down
does it.
here. I'm not really
Okay.
sure why, but I know we had this conversation before, so
It is Nevman that does the identifying.
Yeah.
So I just get this real like sense that Agatha would be shouting at me right now, and like I can, but I forgot and I don't believe in myself or something along those lines, and so I'm just gonna try. So she takes that time.
Cuban heels of alter self. They can make you 1.2 feet taller.
You got a +2 studded leather armor. And a cloak of protection. And a cloak of billowing.
Yes.
Mechanically useless, hot as hell.
They are brilliant.
Yeah.
And all the daggers are just, they are. I reckon Hariath would know this. I reckon if anybody in the group, Hariath would be the person that would know this. You turn these like daggers over, and you're like, these are the sorts of daggers that get put on in a holder above a fireplace, but they're not actually that great to use. Like the weighting is shit. Like the you can obviously do damage with them because a sharp object is a sharp object, but they're really so ornamental that they're kind of like, I'm embarrassed for you, babe.
Yeah.
Like an Amazon. They're like an Amazon katana. Like,
Yeah.
A bit racist as well. Yeah.
Horizon looks over with the pig mask on and goes, "Oh yeah,
Oh God.
they're useless."
Is this armor any good for you, mate?
Not looking at my sheet, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know what studded leather actually is, but I
So they put
will.
bits of metal in like leather, right? And then it's. I think we'll put we'll fold the cloak of protection up and put it on Agatha's like little pile.
Cloak of protection is like that is the purple cloak that he was wearing, and the studded leather armor is like a deep midnight blue, deep almost black, but a little bit blue.
That's pretty sexy. So mine is currently. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I'm so sorry. Mine is currently AC 16. I think mithril chainmail. And studded, I think, gives you 12. So with a +2, that's 14. So
Plus, it's more than because it's plus your dex for studded.
But it also isn't studded medium. I feel like it'd be best for Sunny.
I don't. Yeah, I was about to say I don't think it's good for me. I think it's for you.
I don't. I'm vegan.
It's reusable. It's recycling.
I'm just not comfortable wearing animal
Made from
hides.
sustainably sourced hides.
It's fine, but I also do think that studded leather is maybe a bit better than what Tom thinks it is off the top of his head. I might be
No,
wrong.
not off the top of my head.
Oh,
I've just
right.
looked it up. Studded leather is AC 12. So with plus 2, it'll be with plus 2 it'll be 14, and then plus my
your
dex it would be 16. So it would be exactly the same. And mithril gives me
No disadvantage on
that's it.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can sell it or something.
Nevma? Does Nevma need it?
Yeah, I mean, I could wear it. It's
Poetically, it's a bit much, but
I'd like do that thing where it's like, do you remember that story about the really famous boat? And then you change the boat so much, it's like, is it still the same boat? You know,
I remember that because the boat is the friends we made along the way. I remember that one.
something like that. Like, if you change your friends enough, are they still the friends that you made along the way, or is it just a new journey and new friends?
Well,
And
no,
then
because
some-
like we're not new friends. We're like your friends grow and the people become new people, and they're still the same people.
literally different people because you long since left behind your old friends and made new friends
No, but people can evolve and change. You know.
into completely new people.
No, I'm talking about like.
Cultural.
I mean, yeah, like I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. You know.
Koji's just pointing at Agatha.
Yeah.
If it helps, I've got a great story about a duck.
Is a duck your friend?
No.
You cannot tell that story without Agatha. She'd love a
Okay.
story about a duck, yeah.
Also, who wants this cloak? Because I can't keep to get it to stop.
I mean, Nevma, that is absolutely for you.
I
right?
mean, that would be fierce for Nevma, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Koji, except his hair does that from time to time, like on its own when the wind catches it. It kind of looks.
And also, if Koji's hiding and stalking through like woods and stuff like that, having a cloak go, it's probably not.
I think I'm better with things that make me less conspicuous.
Yeah. If
There was
anything,
something else as well. No, we got to.
Oh, do you want the list?
Yeah, the rest was money.
Oh, there's a bag of
Brooches.
jewels.
There's a bag
Yeah,
of jewels.
back
I'll say this:
then.
going through that bag of jewels, there aren't actually any diamonds, but there's a lot of garnets, a lot of rubies, some emeralds. You know, that is again a lot of money. A lot. It's
Well,
worth-
Harath can take that to his mate in Solarea. He fucking
Oh, they were
loves,
great.
He He loves Arrive and he loves gems.
There's some like bits of fine clothes that have been like picked at that didn't have too much blood or anything on them that are like really well made jerkins or whatever that you could either have in your wardrobe or sell on like everything else.
Or Agatha could use them as materials for arcane needlework.
Yeah.
She could make really high quality patches out of them.
Yeah. So you've basically got jewelry, you got bits and pieces.
Yeah,
and if and when
cool.
you kind of have one of those shopping episodes, you can just say to me, "We're gonna get rid of lots of these odds and ends, and I'll work out what you get for it."
Cool. And then I think we do a watch rotate and then get some.
Okay.
I might take the first watch just so I can drop another feigned death on Agatha before I go to bed. Just so she gets 2 hours of uninterrupted proper sleep.
I think I'll take second just so that I can do exactly what I did last time when she does sort of like rise from the feigned death. Just be there, shushing into like quietly and humming lullabies.
Cool.
And you basically all find your way to a long rest. Koji, you have like done your little ritual and find yourself in a place of resting, looking out over these cursed plains. And in front of you, it's like you see something flickering. Some kind of darkness forms in front of you, shifting. Tendrils of almost nothing. A kind of absence of even the gloom and like corrupted red ground. And this mass is sort of seemingly this like roiling mass in front of you.
Can I pull out the agent's torch and shine it towards it?
You do. And it's like this thing eats the light. And the more you try and focus your eye on it, the harder it is to perceive. And then it moves towards you, gliding almost.
I will pull out my sword and move towards it, away from the dome.
Is that a little meow?
Sorry.
And as you move towards it with your sword out, you see black tentacles and the form of a woman with jet black skin, long hair that lifts and billows out. And she steps forward out of that dark void and runs her hand over your cheek.
Do I recognize her?
Yes.
I think as soon as she does that, I will just drop my sword to my side, and I think he just puts his head down and closes his eyes.
You feel the cool, gentle kiss on your forehead. And it's like as soon as you are touched by her, that despair inside you comes up to meet that touch, as if it is called by her.
I think Koji just quietly, tears just run down his face.
I felt a change in your heart. I am here.
I do not even know what the change is yet, but my past all came back, and it all happened so quick, and there was so much, but it feels like I have no purpose left, but also the anger has gone a little.
You have suffered enough. You have ended the one that killed you.
He killed so many.
You are free.
I don't know what that means anymore. I know who I am here.
This place is not you.
But it has been me. This is all I know now. I don't know. I don't think I know what it is to be without their misery.
She pulls back from you for a second, and her hair like flares out a bit and her tentacles ripple around you. I am Melpomene, Archangel of the First Order, in service of the goddess Ul, Our Lady of Despair. I do not make mistakes in gifting power. You are perfect.
I will drop to a knee immediately. I meant no disrespect.
You are worthy. You have lived in such delicious despair for so long. By the standards of mortality, of course. It is time now to free yourself. Free yourself from the shame and from the grief. Mortals are not meant to be shackled to Ul as you are. Your soul needs light. It needs color. And most of all, it needs love. This place, it cannot give you that.
But you saved me. I belong here in your service.
Do not think that I am shackled to this place either. This place goes nowhere. I can go anywhere.
Of course.
If you truly feel that the despair clings, find a way to give service. Epina still lives and is coveted by many. Nevma, she turns you to look back, and you see yourself still sitting, kneeling, like looking out. And you see the people within the dome sleeping. Nevma would rather cut down every beast in this cursed place than lose you again. The world is so full of wrongdoers that need to be cut by your fine blade. And these young buds, pointing at the people in the dome, they still need you. But you are not shackled by this place anymore. I I agree.
Thank you for saving me, but for allowing me to learn and to change, maybe.
I would offer one more piece of advice. Who you are now is a hard one. Don't turn your back on that. But if you truly, truly wish to return to the mortal form you were in before, you would need to cast true resurrection on yourself. That is no small task.
I understand. May I ask one request? Is there anything that you can do to help the young one with her change?
I'll try.
They do not deserve the agony.
For you, I will try.
Thank you.
And she kisses you once more on the forehead and is gone. Agatha.
Yeah! Fun times.
You get a couple of hours coma, which is
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I'd
which
love a
is
couple of hours coma.
which is extremely
God.
helpful. And when those 2 hours end, the pain returns. This time the pain is not in your skull. The pain is in your skin. Every inch of the organ that is your skin is like an open nerve ending. And you return again to that darkness, that heavy darkness, and you feel that cold breeze, and you hear the sound of a child crying.
I think Agatha tries her best to not do what she did last time and try and run around and try and run to the crying or like but at the same time she's desperate to take her mind off of the horrendous pain she's in. And she's just going to try and listen to the screaming, and I think after a while it feels like she's the one screaming. But I'm going to try and see if I can recognize it. You know, it's like, is that me? Like, what is crying?
Roll a perception check, a listening perception check.
Is this at disadvantage still, or is it because it's in my head straight?
It's disadvantage, really. Your brain's just as fucked as your eyes are.
10.
It doesn't. I mean, listen. Every time you've heard yourself cry when you were a child, it was you doing it. So so you were hearing it in your own head.
Yeah.
This doesn't doesn't sound really like you. And it's also not a screaming crying.
Okay.
It's like a soft, lonely cry.
Like, I'm not saying it is Nevma, but like when I heard Nevma the first night, that kind of like.
Yeah, except that night she was like trying to like cry into
Oh
the
yes,
pillow.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's sad crying. It's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Um. Then I think. Oh my goodness, what would Agatha? I'm trying to think what Agatha would do. Um. Maybe try and go into her training of being a tabard. Um. I'm not 100% sure of what that looks like, but I imagine there's a lot of like certain words and phrases Alcides like taught her or she's witnessed over her time there that is like those words that are meant to be soothing but also instructive of like it's okay, where are you, um I'm here, I don't know what's happening, just come to me and we can work this out. Those sorts of like
Roll a persuasion check. At disadvantage.
yeah, nice. Roll a 3, so that's a 2.
The crying stops and is kind of replaced by like it's trying to stop itself. It's not comforted, but it's trying not to make the noise. But in doing that, you stop being in complete darkness, and what unveils itself in front of you is dark stone hallways, tapestries on walls, sconces lit, cold wind passing through. Some windows are broken and wind comes through. There's just darkness on the other side of the broken windows.
Nevma?
Are you walking through the hallways?
Yeah. I'm walking down and I'm trying to spot any signs of life or anything, just trying to take anything in.
You are roll survival check, please.
All the things I'm bad at. Natural 1.
Perfect. You walk for what feels like hours through hallways. You come into rooms where there are figures of people frozen at tables holding goblets and not moving, in this kind of like tableau almost of a state of people, all wearing the crest of Dalvasor. And you find yourself just completely turned around and so far away from really anything, but let alone that noise that you were trying to find before. And it isn't until you find yourself just in like a far turret, essentially, of this sprawling mansion that you find yourself face to face with a very dark-skinned woman with long black hair, black eyes, who is standing at the end of the hallway. And steps forward and says, "Don't be afraid. I've come to help."
Okay.
She
How?
holds her hand out to you. What do you see and what do you hear?
I keep hearing crying. Someone's crying.
Okay.
And I explain the
Yeah.
castle. Probably too much detail.
Let's go and find that child.
Okay.
And you begin to walk with her. You're changing, yes?
Yeah. Can you stop it?
I could, but not here and not now. And you sort of see as she's walking, she's gone from this like dark figure to, as she's walking, every step that passes, every sentence that she speaks, like her skin tone doesn't change, but her hair becomes less of like this roiling, like massive dark space, and becomes like it rolls itself up into a little like bun. And she's wearing suddenly she's wearing like a dress with a little pinny on it. And she goes, I mean, after some time, you could, if you really didn't want to be this thing, someone like me or me can help. But that's a big thing. The important thing now is that you try and embrace it. This feels so scary and so dark, but you've got to walk towards it and embrace it. You begin to hear that crying again.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I can do it. Yeah.
All
And
right.
she like straightens her back a bit.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Now can you please roll investigation with advantage?
Oh. 27. I'm so clever.
It sort of starts where she's like pulling you along, and before long you're like, no, I've got this. And you start running through the hallways, and you find yourself in the depths of the castle in a kind of dungeon. And you go from door to door, and the crying is getting louder and louder until you're looking through one, the little holes in the door with the bars. And you see a little dark-haired girl clutching her knees, crying. Maybe like 6 years old. So tiny.
Hi.
She looks up, head like pops up.
Hey, Agatha, what's your name?
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. That's 11 on a dice, so 10.
This child's frightened.
Okay.
It looks to you like it's Nebma, like it's little
Okay.
Nebma.
Okay, then a bit. It's. I don't really know what's happening, but it's gonna be all right. there's a really nice guy who's going to get you out, going to get you and your mum out, and you're going to have such a good life. You just got to hold on a little bit longer, and then
You feel a cool hand on your shoulder.
and just Agatha, find Agatha.
And the woman next to you says, "It's you, Agatha. Open the door. You can open the door.
What?
Save yourself, Agatha. Open the door. Koji did it for her, but you can do it for this one."
I just go and I just open the door.
The door, like, it's one of those like round handles that you have to kind of do this with, and then there's this like massive click, and you pull open the door, and the little girl immediately scrambles to her feet, and as she's like running towards her, you see her face slightly shift and move a little bit, and the hair that was so black starts to lighten a little bit, and her arms go out towards you, and she sees you as the person who is going to help her. Do you take her in your arms?
Yeah. And I think she says the same thing, you know, like, you're gonna have such a good life. You've got such great friends. Like,
You hold this tiny form against you, and when you pull back and look at yourself now, what does Agatha the Damphir look like?
oh shit. I don't know.
It's just a tiny, like 2 foot tall Balthazar.
I look like the doll from What We Do in the Shadows.
Nadja's doll, the little China doll.
I don't know. I think
You can
she
take some
looks-
time to think about it as well, because I know
Please.
Michelle the artist is going, hang on a minute.
Hold up. I haven't thought
Hold
this
up.
through.
Character design, don't rush me.
Yeah.
And we're gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit as well, but when you wake, half your hit point max has been returned to you, not the full amount, but half. Mostly
okay.
thanks to Sunny's spell. That gave you
Thank
half
you.
your hit
Sunny
point.
spell of knock you the fuck out.
You have lost. You are still at 1 exhaustion level, because this was the equivalent of another like bad night.
Yeah, it's just leveled itself out. Okay.
But instead of getting 2, you like got 2 and then you lost 1, so you're still at 1.
okay.
And,
I will take that.
I'm gonna go into your spell slots and like sort that out for you.
Okay, cool. I
over
appreciate
the
that.
week. And when you wake, the skin that hurts so much.
Is on the floor next to you.
Oh god, you're all just
Welcome to
watching
Deep
horror. She
Loving
was
Week
shedding.
with Wicked Game.
Oh fucking hell! Harath was just sort of like slowly, like just keeping you steady, and then suddenly he just goes.
I love how we ruin every touching moment.
That skin that hurts, your body can now spider climb.
Oh yeah.
I don't like how you said your body can now spider climb.
Yeah.
Your spirit can't. Your spirit's always left behind. But your
Well,
body-
I didn't get spider climb. I got slug climb. I need to press my whole body against him.
Yeah, you can spider climb, but you have to do the kind of worm thing.
And you are now a full Damphir.
You are now a full half vampire.
Full half vampire.
So all the things that go with that. And I think we'll save the morning for next week.
Yeah, is Agatha now has like pale skin, right? Like
Whatever you want. I'm not
Oh.
going to tell you about Agatha.
Oh
but-
yeah,
so
now
tanned.
now
So
has
tanned.
pale skin. Yeah.
But whatever.
As opposed to her healthy tan before, yeah? From the
I actually
library.
did have a nice healthy tan before, which is a shame.
One thing that
Depends on holiday.
we do know from being a little nosy Parker, me looking through everything, is you are not as strong as you used to be. You've lost, you're a little bit more willowy and less like you've been lifting barrels and more like you accidentally died and now you're a vampire kind of physique. But
Wow.
the upshot of that is that now you can, you've got all of these extremely cool damn fear things.
I move quicker now, apparently.
Yeah.
You move quicker. You can also, like, in doing that bite attack, you get health back. Like, that's fucking clutch. You can heal in fights. Yeah.
Watch out, y'all.
I'm just intercepting attacks from you. You just go,
Yeah.
You just sort of, you think that Agatha is doing stuff at range. She's actually just hanging off the back of Horiath and sucking at his spine.
Like a leech. Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you, Lydia.
Heavy one, guys, but
Yeah.
every week's different.
Thank you, Lydia.
Every
Great
week's a
one again.
week. This is great. I love it.
Very good.
Thank you very much for joining us, Wayne. Some of the heroes. Check out their YouTube and their Twitch. Also, made by Wayne.
yeah.
Go
Created
check
by
it
Wayne.
out. Created by Wayne.
Created by
Sorry.
Wayne.
Created by Wayne.
I do it all the time.
It's and all of the stuff looks gorgeous. I just highly recommend go and take a look. Another little thing, just shout out to Pixie for successfully funding Mapweaver. Looks incredible. Definitely go check them out. And just a special shout out to Tom because he managed to keep it together before we went live. I didn't realise quite how ill he was.
I know.
on the
I
stream.
was just about to say the same thing.
honestly, I've been trying to breathe through this part of my face, and it's just nothing coming through.
Yeah, it's great job. To those who rated us, Labyrinth and Pixie, thank you so much. New followers, thank you so much. Those of you who've been watching for the first time, thank you so much. You have a Discord, you have a YouTube, check it out. If you think this is great, it is. So you're right. So
You're right. Well done for being
you're right.
Yeah.
Excellent taste on your part. If you want to see more of this good stuff, some of the heroes on Twitch every Sunday, and also they're doing some extra cool new stuff on YouTube.
Tomorrow night.
Which stars a couple of people you
It
may
does
see on
star.
the screen.
It stars one of two of the five of us. It said all female cast, so it's just your guess.
Guess who?
Yeah, I desperately need sleep because I'm getting on a plane in like I don't know 11 hours.
International jet setter of us is off and away.
I'm fucking off again. I can't stay in one place. Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes.
We love you all. Thank you.
Thanks,
Oh my God.
everyone. Bye.